This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. As we continue here, early December 2020, I have to say this year has been amazing for stocks. In fact, one of the biggest challenges has been which ones to own, because there have been so many amazing stocks this year. And one of the things that goes underappreciated is the fact that technical analysis has some very powerful consistency. What I mean by that is once you find a formula that works, it's going to work this year and it's going to work next year. Why? Because it worked 50 years ago, it worked 100 years ago, and as long as human beings are what they are, it's going to work 100 years from this very moment. So the consistency is a very powerful thing, which means we have to master what it is that takes an instrument to explode in price. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing 3 stocks, same results, same minimum requirements on the onset of their big moves. 3 stocks, same setup, same timing method. Let's begin with FACT. Then we'll take a look at AQB, and we'll take a look at KBNT, which has just come along over the last couple of days. Again, same minimum requirements, FATE. Let's take a look here, and we can see it is mentioned for paid subscribers. Let's see here in September and in June. So September 16th, the most recent one. And again, some mentions here in the middle of June and an early one going back to May. So let's take a look at those time periods. And we can see the breakouts that were highlighted for paid subscribers. There's a breakout right there. There's another one here and another one middle of September. So somewhere here. So those were the breakouts. So I would say some not as successful, but the most recent one has been great. This one here, and we can see why it picked up momentum because of this RSI behavior. Again, same consistent methods. Nothing has changed over the last 20 years since I started using this method. And if you're taking score, the most recent breakout under 40, right now stock trading close to 90. This has taken, since the most recent breakout, just under 3 months. Not too bad. If you take a look at the MACDs, right there you can see what the MACDs were doing. All the breakouts met the minimum requirements. So really, it's not like this is guesswork. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning, consistent method that tends to produce results. And I guarantee you it's going to produce results next year. Irrespective of what the market does, something is going to be moving. Let's take a look at the next one. AQB. AQB mentioned here with a breakout in late November and middle of September. Let's take a look at those breakouts. One of them was more successful than the other. So we can see the initial breakout not as successful. And this is nothing unusual. The breakout method is not a guarantee, but what it aims to do is capture any momentum upside. So this one not as successful. And that's where stops come in play. The next one is a thing of beauty. Right there. That's the power of the breakout method. You can see here just slightly, actually around the 5, let's call it under 5, trading as high as 1140 over the last 2 weeks. Again, this is great action. So yes, from time to time, you are not going to get success, as you see here, but you keep swinging. And as long as your methods are valid, you're going to get entries like this one here, which was the breakout sent to paid subscribers at the end of November. And you increase your chances of owning these types of moves. Again, this is a game of increasing your odds. Let's take a look at the last one. Again, as I said, this one just came on the scene recently, an IPO from August. And I should mention, there's something really beautiful about IPOs. And it is the fact that they don't have any negative history, no baggage. So IPOs sometimes can be a place to really spend your energy if you know what you're looking for. Now, I have to say the people who brought this public knew that this was part of the game. Bring it down. This is what they do. Bring it down, keep it here for a couple of months. And then they knew this was coming all along. This is part of Wall Street's game. Anyway, enough of that rant, because we have a method to capture the upside anyways. So who cares really? And for an IPO, I've talked about this on many occasions, but let's take a look at when this was profiled for paid subscribers. And again, you can see it here, November 27th, just about a week, 2 weeks ago. And the breakout level is right here at 3.39. Now, I have to say, when I go back and take a look at the rating I gave it at the time, I didn't give it a very high rating. Not the worst, but should have given it higher on hindsight. All the same, it met the minimum requirements, the ultimate Muathe breakout. And especially for an IPO, the timing is very important. And so, of course, our breakout captured this movement here. I should also mention that there's another valid entry after 2 days of rest. Over the last 3 days, the stock had a fresh breakout going back 3 days ago. This breakout right here, our breakout is here, late November. So this is our entry, or was our entry, right here. Of course, the stock has more than doubled over the last 2 weeks since that breakout alert. And let's take a look at the minimum requirements, because this is the key for this video, is understanding what it takes, what it's going to take to move instruments next year and the year after that. It's this minimum requirements here. Bang, bang, bang. This is a method which I call the ultimate Muathe breakout, researched, discovered, quote unquote, by yours truly. Again, if it worked this year, it's going to work next year. I guarantee you, irrespective of what the market does. If an instrument is going to be leadership, it's going to have those powerful minimum requirements. And of course, there's a little bit more than just minimum requirements, but that's a subject for another day. Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. Love and light, love. Blessings. Peace. And so it is. Namaste.